no. I mean, if anything, he's going to be rolling even more at a higher pace.
A shiny green leaf. That is an excellent way to put it. Either way, Cam Jordan, friend of the show, has 0 career sacks against the Jaguars, so he'll be looking to make Gardner Minshew #1. He also needs 2.5 sacks to pass Pat Swilling for 3rd all-time on the Saints franchise sack list. So I understand his logic and his thinking on this one. Only Cam Jordan, though, can come up with it.
His face, he looks so excited to sack Gardner Minshew. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
What was the term? A shining green leaf.
Shiny green leaf.
What does that mean?
The last quarterback who was a leaf that did not end well. No, he was drafted right after Peyton Manning.
That's it.
Anyway, that's a really interesting comparison.
Well done. Touché.
Ryan Leaf
You
joke.
yourself your own but with that pen just
Who knew?
Yeah, it's just Friday. Like I got ants in my pants. Let's go. Let's talk football.
Let's go. Thank you so much, Will.
Someone
Let's
needs to
do
be.
that. Let's talk about something you love, the run game. The Packers coming off a big win over the Cowboys last week, and they'll be put to the test again in Week 6. They host the Lions for Monday Night Football. With more on the Packers, here's Randy Moss. Randy?
Okay, Devontae Adams missed practice on Thursday due to the toe injury that he suffered at the end of the Eagles' loss a couple of weeks ago. Kept him out of the game last week, the win against the Cowboys. He said he's not sure yet if he'll be available to play on Monday night against the Lions. But what he said after that didn't sound particularly encouraging. Adams described it as a major injury involving ligament damage. He said the concern that he has and team doctors have is that if he tries to rush it and come back too quickly, he could injure it in an even more severe fashion, and that it could be something that might linger all season long. He said, it doesn't feel the way I want it to feel right now. I've made a lot of strides, but it still has healing to do. And other Packers injury news. Jamal Williams, who backs up Aaron Jones, shares snaps at times at running back position, is out of concussion protocol. He practiced on Thursday. Starting center Corey Linsley apparently is not out of concussion protocol yet. He was on the field Thursday. Remains to be seen if he'll be available Monday night. Okay?
Randy, we're excited for this one. Who's showing a spark of brilliance? It's presented by the Spark Card by Capital One. No Devontae Adams. The Packers offense was still able to do enough against the Cowboys in Week 5. And a lot of it came from running back Aaron Jones. He had over 100 yards. He got into the end zone 4 times. He waved, hasta la vista, baby, to America's team. And he's the first Packer to accomplish that feat since Dorsey Levens scored 4 touchdowns.
Dorsey!
Yeah,
25.
back in the year 2000. It's very cool to me in this air raid. Let's throw the ball.
Air raid, Air Rin.
Yes, yeah. Just
Air raid, Aaron Rodgers.
really
And Aaron Jones.
Just trying to stretch it out, okay?
Right.
Let's do this.
Listen, just the fact that the run game, which is devalued and guys aren't getting played enough, the run game's very much alive and well in 2019. I like to see that after 100 years in the NFL. What does an effective run game do, though, for Aaron Rodgers and this Packers offense?
It does a lot because I think Aaron Jones is a star. Last year, he led the entire NFL in yards per carry. We just saw him have 4 touchdowns against the Cowboys. And I think more importantly, like, Jordan never had the center. Michael Jordan never had the 7-footer who could dominate for him. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers, with respect to the guys who came before, I don't think Aaron Rodgers has ever had a star at running back. I went into I looked back through the years, the leading rushers for the Packers during the Aaron Rodgers regime. And it's Ryan Grant. These are good players. Ryan Grant, Brandon Jackson from Nebraska, a guy who I had forgotten my name, Alex Green. Alex Green. Peter, where did Alex Green, leading rusher for the Green Bay Packers, play college ball?
Nevada Wolfpack.
Peter, I have it down as Hawaii.
I knew it was the West Coast guy.
You tried to go next. This is my point, though.
Whack conference.
This is the most venerable franchise in history.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't remember their running backs. We remember the receivers and Jordy and their quarterbacks. I think this dude is the star, Aaron Jones, and I think he's just getting better. He just won the Angry Run segment on this program.
Yes.
And I'll have you know, he dropped me a note that said, thank you so much. I miss all of you guys. Tell the crew I said
Wow.
100. But I think it's the best running back that Aaron Rodgers has ever had. And I think that's scary.
Was the NFC Player of the Week. We
Yeah.
revealed that on our show. Deshaun Watson won it for the AFC. He has 8 rushing touchdowns, leads the NFL. I will say, because I love to look at numbers, the inconsistencies are there, right? He has 200-yard games, and then the other 3 games, he has 79 rushing yards combined. What are you seeing when you watch him? I know you looked at all of his tape for being angry runner. What are you seeing in him that makes him the best?
He's not big.
star?
He's not
Eddie
big.
Lacy was pretty good his rookie year.
He was good. And then Eddie Lacy, as we know, was very big. Aaron Jones is small. Like, he's just a shade over 200 pounds, but this is the thing that you just can't describe any other way. He has a burst. The second he gets the ball, he explodes. And kind of like what McCaffrey does. And I think if the numbers are there or not, maybe that's just because Rodgers threw a lot those games.
Right.
I don't know. He hasn't really been featured because Jamal Williams still plays a lot. He's been injured. Now he has. The only way I can describe it is when Aaron Jones gets the ball, he explodes. And I think that's really hard to find.
And I had the opportunity to talk to LaFleur a bunch this offseason.
What's he got?
What's it going to be different? And they kept on talking about Aaron Jones. Like, Davante Adams is the stud.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback. But Aaron Jones was who I was excited to be with. I think that their future is bright for this kid. And the Packers, if you know the Packers, it's a rotating door at that position. And you just named all those guys, Alex Green included. But even in recent years, is it Jamal Williams? Is it him? Is it Ty Montgomery? I think they found their guy. Wow. And if he can stay upright, I think the Packers have a nice little 1-2 with him and Davante Adams on the outside.
And Marquez is good, too.
And Marquez can play. Like, this might finally be the offense they've been looking for around Rodgers.
Who's Marquez?
Marquez, Valdez,
Scantling.
He's a really good player.
And to date it back for people that might not know why he would send you that message, he came on the show, and he was so humble. And he was almost gracious to be there. And what I loved about that is you almost have to be that on a team that has Aaron Rodgers because this is his show. And then Davante Adams, who runs the show at wide receiver. But speaking of that, the best thing that could happen for not just Aaron Rodgers, but also Davante Adams being such a superstar is having a guy that's consistent in that backfield. Because Davante, you got to imagine this. As a wide receiver, we get to the line of scrimmage, and we're taught to identify the safeties. Usually you'll see wide receivers putting their arms up because they want to know exactly where everybody is. You point to the safety, and most of the time, that safety that's over the top is climbing right over the cornerback that's guarding Davante. And as a wide receiver, even though he's talented, he's probably thinking, here I go again. I have to beat double coverage and be a Superman and try to get this ball from my squad. The best feeling he can have, which is starting to happen for the first time in his career as a wide receiver, is he identifies those safety, and that safety takes his butt to the middle of the field. Because why? He has to get in the box because you have to respect the run. For the first time in a long time, it opens up this offense.
And I think he will eat up against the Detroit Lions in fantasy. I have him inside the top 10. I like him more than Chris Carson. I like him more than David Johnson, even more than Le'Veon Bell. And that's what we're going to talk about next because Le'Veon Bell finally